Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bella. If you are new here, thank you for joining me on this video today. Today is a very exciting video because we are going to be filming a tutorial using this beautiful palette right here. This is the Pure X Rawbeautykristi double-sided pressed pigment palette. This launched and it was kind of crazy, so I'm going to go into all of the issues with launch. I'm going to go into my experience with ordering it, and then I'm obviously going to be using the palette today. I have my whole face on, I've got my foundation, blush, bronzer, contour, a whole thing, but I don't have any eyeshadow on because I'm going to be trying this today. So kind of just want to go ahead and get into it. I have primed my eyelids already. I use the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potion, and then I use a little bit of concealer on top just to cancel out any veins or any redness on my eyelids so that we get the truest color. Now, I asked on my Instagram, my main Instagram, not my beauty Instagram, I asked on my Instagram if you guys wanted to see a look with the bright colors, like this side, or with the neutral colors on this side. And as much as I do want to play with these beautiful neutral tones, I think the winner, last time I looked at it, had more votes for the bright colors. So I kind of want to play with like the, I want to call them like the Joker colors in this corner right here. And I might use a few of the neutral shades just to have something down like as a base. But I really want to play around with a bunch of these brighter colors over here today. So that is what I'm going to do. I will insert a couple of pictures of swatches of both sides of the palette. I did notice looking at the formula when I was swatching it that these are very softly pressed shadows. It seems like I haven't used a brush in them yet, but it does seem like they'll probably have quite a bit of a kick up in the pan. But that's totally fine as long as they're not a ton of fallout and it's not, you know, a crappy shadow. So if you guys see the light changing behind me, that's because I'm sitting in front of a window, because the only artificial lighting I have is my little ring light, and I wanted to make sure I had light in the background as well. So I do have the window open, but the light may fade in and out. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now, so the lighting's getting a little crazy, and I think we're about to get some rain. So anyway, without further ado, I want to go ahead and hop into this palette. So I think just to start out, I want to take the peachy shade as my transition shade on this side. I know that might be cheating a little bit, but that's what I'm gonna do. So actually I'm gonna mix between this peachy shade, it's called It Just Does, and I'm gonna get a little bit of this mauvey purple shade called Moo Point. And I'm just gonna mix back and forth between the two. You can probably see, I don't know if you can, if it'll focus, but there's a lot of kick up in the pan. It doesn't bother me. If it doesn't bother you, cool, we're on the same page. I'm gonna tap off some of that excess, and I am going to just go in and swipe that all up into my crease. That's just gonna give us a nice like pinky base for the eyeshadows. Ooh. I think these eyeshadows are scented. They have like a vanilla-y smell. I don't know, that's nice. I don't remember us talking about that, but that is a nice little bonus. Okay, so that shadow right off the bat blended really nicely. I don't see any choppiness or any patchiness. It looks really smooth, really blended. And I could probably sit here for forever blending out the shadow because it really is just a very smooth shadow so far. So that is nice. I'm gonna take a clean brush up under my eyebrow, and I'm just gonna make some room between that pink shade and my eyebrow. I get a little carried away blending upwards, but these shadows can go a long way, which is really nice. Okay, so I want to go in with the color Side Effect. It's this like very neon pink shade right there. And I want to pop that up in my crease with the JH33 brush by Morphe. And Christy said that she likes these shadows best since they are pressed pigments. She likes these shadows best kind of placed down and then blended out versus like immediately going in and swiping. So I am going to just place the color right where I want it. And then go in and blend it out. I'm gonna try to keep this color a little bit lower. I'm gonna focus the majority of the pigment on this outer half of my eye. do see a little bit of fallout on my cheek, but like literally like 2 little specks. It's not anything crazy. I mean, I definitely expected these shadows to perform nicely. Like I wasn't going into this thinking like, oh, there's a possibility that these shadows could be crappy. I didn't think for a second that they would be crappy shadows because I know Kristi. I've been watching her for years. I don't know her personally, but I've been watching her for years, and I just know that she wouldn't put her name on something that wasn't like 100% in her eyes. So I know that these shadows are up to her standard, which means they're probably really, really good. And they are so far. That pink blended out like a dream. I'm getting just a little bit blown out on that outer edge. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so that is the pink shade all blended out. This is the general shape that I want. Are they identical? No, but they do look really beautiful and they're both really well blended. I just have a hard time matching up my wings. So I'm gonna go back over with my big old fluffy blending brush and just go over the edges one last time. Next, I want to go in with a little bit smaller of a brush, or a little bit more tapered of a brush. This is the JH50 brush, and I'm gonna go in with the purple color called Tribute. And I'm gonna pack that on this brush. And this shade I want just on like the outer V. Like I don't wanna bring it all the way in. I just wanna pack it right on that outer V. I'm trying not to hunch over, but my mirror is right here, so I'm trying to get a good idea of what I look like. I will say this palette does have a mirror in it. There you guys are. It does have a mirror in it, and it's a really like clear mirror. Like this is a very high quality mirror from what I can tell. You know, sometimes you get palettes with mirrors and then they're just kind of like almost like Funhouse mirrors, like they kind of warp your face a little bit. This one does not do that. So I'm using really small little blending motions, kind of back and forth in circular motions at the same time. And that seems to be doing a really good job. I'm just blending, and I want this color to be pretty intense on this outer V. And I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit into that lower crease area and not blend it all the way into the inner corner, and sort of drag it up into that V. And just like the last time, I'm gonna go in with the brush that I used before for the pink. I'm gonna blend out that outer corner. So with pressed pigments, it's usually best to like go in and add the product and then kind of blend and add where you need it after blending, just to get your desired pigment in the area that you have it. So I probably went in with like 2 or 3 dips of this just to get the right amount of pigment in the spots that I wanted it. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So while I'm doing this, I do kind of want to talk about the issues at launch. And I'm sure if you know about this palette, you already know about the issues at launch if you follow Kristi. But so the palette launched at noon my time. So I think it was 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so I got on the website about 11:40 just to make sure I was there and I was ready. And by 11:40, the website was already crashing. I couldn't even get into the website. I couldn't get on the site to even see the collection. Like I couldn't access Pure's website at all. And I know pretty much everyone who was on the website or was trying to get on the website was having the same issue. I think they just didn't prepare for the amount of traffic that they were gonna have, which is unfortunate because, you know, it's Kristi's first collab, and you know, I would have liked, I'm sure she would have liked, but I would have liked to have seen it gone a little bit more smoothly just for her, because it's just so, like, I know that it meant so much to her and it sucks that it ended up the way it did. But you know, I waited on the website. I'd say I sat there actively trying to get into the website and getting in and being kicked out for, I would say like 3.5, 4 hours before I finally was like, you know what? Hopefully they'll do a restock and I'll be able to get it then, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna get it now, which sucked, but I was just kind of banking on them having a restock. So I logged off a little bit. I did some stuff with my family, and then I checked back like late at night. It must have been like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. And I checked back on the website and they had started doing, this is just like my experience. Like I wasn't actively keeping up with it all day after I stopped trying to get the palette. But I checked back on the website like 9 or 10 o'clock at night after I got home from hanging out with my family, and they had started doing something new. There was like a virtual line to get into the website. And so I got on that line about 9 o'clock, and it said I had like 2,000 or 20,000 people in front of me. I can't remember the exact number, but it said that I had like a certain place in line. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'll just wait and hopefully like people will get on and off the website. It'll be great. Basically, I just kept up with my spot in line until about 1 a.m. I didn't get onto the website to actually order my palette until 1 o'clock in the morning, which is crazy. I finally got my spot. I got up to the front of the line at about 1 a.m. and I got in, and I was having a little trouble at first when I got in, and then once I actually got a palette in my cart, I kind of thought like, man, I really want to get the lashes, but I didn't want to lose the palette in my cart. I didn't want to not be able to get the palette because I waited too long and went and tried to fiddle with getting the lashes. So once I successfully had a palette in my cart, I was like, I'm just gonna get the palette, and that's gonna be that. So I did only get the palette, which is a little unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. So that's the only thing I have to review today, but I've seen pictures of the lashes, I've seen reviews, and it looks like they are being received really well. And I'm not a big lash wearer anywhere. I think the only time I really wear lashes is when I'm on camera or for like a really special event. So I'm not like super upset that I didn't get the lashes, but it would have been nice to be able to do that. Okay, so I got that purple and that pink on blended out. It looks really, really pretty. Let me get up close here. Yeah, it really looks so nice. I'm gonna blend this purple up into this V a little bit more. Okay, it looks really, really nice. Like everything looks very blended. The colors that she chose for each of these neon like bright shades, they look like I could literally start from red and go all the way to the end of the rainbow and have a really seamless blend of these colors. So that's really cool. I want to try and find a way to incorporate Garden State. I think I might take it on my lower lash line, but I want to do like a little mini cut crease here on the inner corner, and then I want to pop Cafe Disco, the one shimmer shade on this side. I want to pop that on my lid. So I'm going to do a little cut crease real quick, see if I can get them even, and I will be right back to show you guys Cafe Disco applying on the lid. Okay, I am done fiddling with my cut creases. I think they look good enough. And we're gonna pop that shimmer all over the lid anyway, so I think this is as good as it's gonna get. I still think it looks really good, and this is very much like I think Kristi is the first person who like inspired me to try and do more complex makeup techniques like this, like the cut crease and the winged out eye shape and all of that stuff, and definitely playing with more colors. She definitely inspired me to do that, and this palette is very inspiring. Like it definitely, like I look at it and I just want to play with color. I've had colorful palettes in the past. I've had eyeshadow palettes that I've really liked the formula, but the color story just didn't speak to me. This color story, especially on this colorful side, this really speaks to me and makes me want to play with makeup. So I'm very happy about that. So I did say I want to go in with Cafe Disco, and I would like to ideally use this on my fingers, but I have my nails on. I just got them done today and they're a little longer, so I can't get all the way to my inner corner. But I am gonna start off like with my pinky, trying to get that shade I'm just gonna pat that on like so. Interestingly enough, it seems like this shade has more fallout than like the super bright colorful matte shades, which I'm finding interesting. And so to kind of clean that up, or to clean up the shape of the glitter shade, it looks really pretty already. I'm gonna take a little flat Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH48 brush. It's just like a tiny little flat brush. This is what I use to make my cut crease. And I'm going to spray it with a little bit of Continuous Setting Mist by Morphe. And I'm going to go into Cafe Disco and try to get a little bit more of that pigment. And just I'm kind of patting and swiping at the edge of this cut crease. And then I'm going to pat in between these two to kind of blend the glitter onto the purple. That looks so pretty. Now I'm taking this little JH40 brush and I'm gonna wiping away any of the glitter that may have fallen outside of the line of my cut crease. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other eye, starting with my pinky. And then I'm gonna blend back and forth between these two. That is so beautiful. That Cafe Disco shade, it's not like, okay, so I don't know if it's picking up on camera the same way, but in the pan it's got like this pinkiness to it almost, like it looks almost like it's got a little bit of pink to it. But on the lid it just looks like this really like super fine white shimmer. Like that's how it comes off on the lid. I am obsessed with that shade. Okay, I'm going to wipe away. This shade, like I said, has a little bit more fallout than the rest of them. So I just wiped that away. Doesn't look like it stayed. Okay, so my next step, I'm going to go in with this like tealy green shade. This is called Garden State. And I'm gonna take this on my JH52 brush. Wow, that picks up a lot of product. I don't know if you can see that, but that picked up a lot of product on that brush. A little bit of kick up in the pan, not bad. I'm tapping off and I'm just packing this on my lower lash line. That is so vibrant, oh my God. Little bit of fallout with this one, not gonna lie. So definitely just make sure you're tapping off that excess and moving really precisely with your brush. So Kristi talks a little bit about color theory in her launch video, but basically color theory helps you determine which colors blend together really nicely and which colors create more of like a brown shade when mixed together. So green and red on the color wheel are opposites. So that means they cancel each other out. So basically you would get more of like a neutral shade when you mix the green and the red together, but mixing like green with like orange or green with purple, typically I wouldn't mix these two colors together because the color theory behind it, it just doesn't really work out. You don't get like a super blended thing. So for this green, I'm intending for it to look a little bit more disconnected, and we're gonna do like a little bit of a winged liner situation and all that good stuff. But I intend for this to not completely blend up into the purple, but I do want to match the shape of it. So I'm just taking it right up to where that wing starts. I'm actually gonna blend this green down pretty low because that's what Kristi does. And I want to kind of do what I think she might do with her palette. So that green, I'm not like super crazy about the color combo. I think it'd look a lot more almost like wearable if I had done the same pink and purple on my lower lash line, but regardless, I still think it looks beautiful. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of liquid liner. Actually, I still think it looks really beautiful. I'm gonna go in with this LA Girl Shockwave Neon Pencil Eyeliner, and it's in this like tealy aquamarine shade. It's in the shade Fresh. It's like a minty color. And I'm gonna pop this on my waterline. Cool. That looks so cool. Okay, I love that green. That really made that green worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a black liquid liner situation on my upper lid, and I'm gonna fill in my tight line with this little black Lancome pencil, and then I'm gonna come back and do some lashes, and I will give my final thoughts on the palette. Hey guys, so I wanted to pop in here and let y'all know that this is kind of the point in the video where things take a little bit of a turn for the worse. I had a really hard time with my liquid liner and my lashes, and I'm gonna explain why, but I just want to make sure that y'all are aware that this doesn't affect my review of Kristi's palette. This is just like my personal struggle that I had while I was doing my makeup today, and I wanted to leave it in there so that you guys could see that things can go wrong, stuff happens, and it doesn't go as planned, but that doesn't change my review of the palette. This is more like a side note. But anyway, back to the video. Well, that is a thick ass wing. Okay, well, that's what we're doing today. I've never hated my eyeliner more in my entire life. That looks absolutely terrible. Oh my God, that just looks so bad. Okay, wow. My eyeliner's literally never looked worse. I can't stand it. I'm so mad that I did liquid liner with this. But it is what it is. If I can get real for a second, I did some brow lamination. I don't know if you guys can tell, my brows look a little bushier today. And the kit that I used to do it, it was a Lash Lift Kit, because I had seen them all over YouTube and I was like, I'm just gonna give it a shot. It was like 20 bucks on Amazon. I love my brow lamination. And so like 2 days ago, I was like, okay, well, I really like the brow lamination. I don't think I'd mind for my lashes to do kind of a similar thing where they stand up and I don't have to curl them with an eyelash curler. But I hate the lash perm. When I say I hate it, like aggressively. It's so bad. Like it definitely did what it was supposed to do. Like my eyelashes are super curly, but now it makes it harder for me to do makeup with it. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get lashes on. I'm gonna do my darndest. God, my eyeliner looks so bad. Okay, maybe I'll just throw on a thick ass lash and we'll be able to hide it. I'll be right back and pop on this lash.
2 hours later.
Okay, so after struggling to put my eyelashes on for like seriously 30 minutes, this is as good as I'm gonna get it here. I'm really sad that I even bothered to go for a liquid eyeliner and lashes because I feel like the look looked really good before I did all of that. It's just, since I permed my eyelashes, did that lash lift, they're so curly that like they almost curl back up onto my lid. So I can't even get my lashes to my lash line without gluing all of my little real lashes together. So that has nothing to do with this review. Okay, so this palette. This palette is awesome. I know that the restock pre-sale started today. If you were able to get that, you are in for a treat, because especially these beautiful bright shades on this side, these are stunning. I can't wait to play with the neutral sides, with the neutral side of this palette now, because these colors, like these colors on this little L shape right here, just really speak to me, and I think I'll be able to get a lot of use out of those. But all in all, this is an awesome palette. Congrats, Kristi, if you're watching this. You're probably not, but congrats to Rawbeautykristi here on YouTube. You did an awesome job with the formula, the shade choices, everything. I'm like staring at myself in the mirror because even though like I know that my lashes don't look that great up close, like from a distance, kind of look like a bad bitch. Not gonna lie. Really into it. So yeah, if you guys want, I will do a video on the neutral side as well. I probably will do it even if you don't want it because I want to play with this and I may want to film it anyway. So that is pretty much all I have to say for this video. This palette's awesome. That's pretty much all there is to it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please go ahead and hit the like button down below. Subscribe so you can see the next video that comes out. Leave me a comment letting me know if you want to see the neutral side of this palette. I will definitely be more than happy to film that for you guys. But yes, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.